Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
K&K Crochet.
And today is Thankful Thursday!
Whoop, whoop.
So what are you thankful for today? Let us know down in the comments. Today I'm thankful for a word. One word. The one word in the English language that I'm thankful for is the word no. And I hear all the time this phrase, no is a complete sentence. Now don't come at me grammatically. Y'all know I don't care. If it is a complete sentence, if it's not a complete sentence, if you think it is, if you don't, whatever you think is fine, right? That's where I'm at in life. And that's why no, for me, is a complete sentence. I'm thankful for the word no. It took me years to learn how to say the word no. So, yeah, while I'm doing this, I'm working on a hat. So, for BMO. So, for years, probably until I was 40, it really didn't matter to me too much what anybody said as far as if they said something that I was going to go against them. I was so scared to have a differing opinion about something, and I'm not talking about politics or anything like that. I'm talking about if somebody said, I need you to do this, and I didn't want to do it, I had a very hard time standing up and saying no. I'm not going to do it. I had a very hard time just saying I'm not going to do it. Not even no. Like, I felt an obligation that if somebody asked me to go somewhere or do something, I needed to do it. And I was not raised that way. My mama did not raise me that way in the least, but I have always been a people pleaser. I have always been someone who wanted to make everybody happy. And still to this day, I feel like my calling in life is to be an encourager of others. And so part of that is supporting others in what they do, right? So, oh, you're having a birthday party, yay, let's go. Oh, you're having, an anniversary party, yay, let's go celebrate. And it just, and I think that's important to do that. I really do. But if you have a super large family, you are going to be running yourself to death. Okay, so in addition to that, then if your children play sports, and don't come at me in the comments, let them play sports. I don't care what they do. You do you, babe. I don't care. But like the rule in my house when they were growing up was you get one and done. I know some people whose kids play every single sport there is. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer, volleyball, swimming,
softball,
golf. They're
track.
in everything. You do you, boo. You happy? Go at it. I am not the one. I am not the one. I am not the one who is going to be running every week, all day, every day to every event that's going on. And again, you can say all you want. You should do that for your children to give them a life. Or listen, that's not the life I want for my children. I don't want them to be so scheduled that they are boom, 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 and we have no time to breathe. There's nothing wrong with taking a minute and doing absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with taking a day where you do not have a schedule so that it looks like it's riddled with holes. There's nothing wrong with having downtime. I'm a firm believer in that. You need it. You need it to survive. You need to reset. So for me in my house, not yours, I'm talking mine, the rule was one and done. You could have one activity. When they were little, my oldest two did t-ball at the same time. And we ran like ants. Like legit, it was no lie. We were constantly moving. There might have been one day a week where we did not have to run. Like I'm talking Kristen was probably 3 or 4, whatever the youngest age is for t-ball. There might have been one day a week we didn't have to run. I was working. They were doing t-ball. Their father was working. I was going to school. Then the house and family obligations and all of the stuff that you do. Groceries and bills. And yeah, I know somebody's going to come and say, yes, but this is normal life. Normal life ain't for me. Y'all, if you love it And you thrive. There are some people who thrive on it. They are so good at organizing and getting that stuff done. They do a great job. And that's wonderful if everybody who's doing it enjoys it, including the children. If the children enjoy it, it's wonderful. But we have 3 children. So if 3 children, let's do the math. If 3 children choose 3 different activities to be a part of, then that's 9 different activities in addition to home life and family life. I'm talking family outside of your core family, your extended family, birthday parties, anniversaries, family get-togethers, all the jazz, right? Schoolwork times 3. And all of this stuff combined can be a cluttered mess. So for us, we set limits, and the limits was 1 and done. So after T-ball, which the oldest never did T-ball, by that time some things had changed in our community. T-ball was a little different.
You mean the youngest?
Yeah, the youngest, sorry. The running involved was a little different. Even as they were in it, a project came into our community that shut down part of our local park where we did it. So you were spread out all over the county so you might have to drive probably 30 minutes for practice one way and 30 minutes back. Whereas before it was about a 10-minute drive one way. So that adds to, gas and time and all of those things. And so that became a factor. And so he didn't do T-ball. So then we went to band. We got to high school or middle school and it was band. And so band was for my oldest for the longest time. And then he switched over to FFA. And Kristen did the same thing. She did band in middle school. When she got to high school, I think during high school, she switched over to FFA.
It was freshman year.
Yeah. And that's not to say that they don't have other interests. There are other clubs and things that they were in, but they were not time-intensive clubs. Like Kristen's in the Beta Club, which is a community helping volunteering club. She's in National Honor Society. There were things that they did. But I found that when we said no to a lot of the typical extracurriculars, it gave them extra time for the things that were important to us, like family and friends and self-care and all the different things. And so for us, it's the way that we did our life. It worked for us. I'm not saying it'll work for you. I don't know how I even got off on that tangent. But I guess because I'm thinking about a new grandbaby coming and the way you do things, and just for us, now don't think for 1 minute I won't hop and run to all the little things that she might be doing. That's what grandparents do, right? But for us, it worked with 3 children to say, hey, pick one thing and we're going to stick with one thing. Because you've got meetings and we've got fundraisers. Oh, the fundraisers we did. Oh, have mercy on my soul, the fundraisers, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them.
I ran for Carnival Queen every year in elementary school.
Little Miss Mermaid. And that's true, too. Like, she would do something during the school year, and when school was out, the things that happened in the summer, we would get involved in other things. So it wasn't just one thing all year, one thing at a time. She did do Carnival Queen. All of my kids did that and won. Because we're crazy about, we're just crazy. So many sales. It got to the point where at one time, my husband's people at work, the co-workers said, it's Hot Rod shaking everything like crazy, said, don't bring anything else here to sell. We bought everything we can buy. We're done. So we did stop fundraising for a long time because that was a lot. We did a lot. We did for the fire department. We did for the school. We did for everything that needed fundraising for, we fundraised for. And, I
think at one point, me and my older brother were both running.
Yep,
at the same time.
Younger.
No, I think it was older because he was 5th grade. I was kindergarten.
Maybe, but you and Luke ran for the summer stuff together.
Yeah.
So I'm really competitive when it comes to stuff like that. And I knew a lot of people, and so we did a lot. We sold donuts. At one time I headed up fundraising for a local organization. We did a lot of it. Let's just say that. So no has become a very, back to the point of being thankful, no has become a very important word for me to be able to say no. And even in my crochet life, no has become a very important word. Can you make that for me? No. Can I? Yes. Will I? No. Yeah, I've had people, will you make that for me? Can you make that? Yes, I can. No, I won't do it. There are projects I will not do. I'm not going to put myself in a position to do something I don't enjoy. If it doesn't bring me joy, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I don't care. And, you know, some people may think, well, they can figure out a way to bribe you to do it. Nope. Nope. Not happy, not doing it. There are projects I refuse to do. They don't bring me joy. Why would I do it if it doesn't bring me joy? There's nothing in this world worth doing something that doesn't bring you joy. And that applies across the board to every facet of your life. I'm not going to get into it, but those who know us know, know is no. And I don't jump every time somebody says something anymore. I still continue to support people. That doesn't mean that if there's a celebration that I won't make sure that something is given, but I may not be there to give it. And so it's just one of those things. No protects me. And it can protect you too. It's okay to say no. I'm thankful for the word no and the peace that it brings. And it's not that I'm saying no to be mean. I'm saying no because it makes me happier. It makes me a better person. It makes me feel better. I'm not as stressed. I don't have that schedule that looks like it has holes shot through it. You know, there's not a constant stream in and out. And there was, for years when my kids were little, even though they had one and done, I still had, like, I had activities too, and my husband had activities. So there were 5 of us. By the time you did that, our schedule still looked hectic, especially when I was still going to school. I already had a degree, but I had to go to school to keep my job and keep improving. It was professional development. And if you're in education, you get that. And so it was constant professional development. So there was probably let's see, probably 8 years where I was taking classes every year. And then a lot of times in the summer I was taking classes. And even in the job I have now, I still have professional development that I have to do. Once every 3 years I have to have so many hours, and I have testing and stuff I have to do. Now that doesn't take as much time now as opposed to before, when I had 1 to 2 classes a semester that I had to do in addition to working full time and taking care of kids and all that. Now I work part-time, so I don't have, it's not as hard. But working full-time and raising little kids and going to school, and it wasn't like now where you go to school online. Most of what I did, I had to drive 35 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour away to go to class one way. So I'd go to work all day, get off at 4 o'clock, have to be where I needed to be by 6, so there's no need to go home because you've got to be there by 6 and it takes an hour. So I would drive, go grab something to eat, go to class, sit in class for an hour to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then drive back home an hour. So by the time I got home, the kids were ready for bed, and I had to hurry up and get ready and go to bed because I had to get up and go to work the next day. And either my husband had the kids or my mother might have had them because my husband was working. So it just depends. So I had a lot of support through family, and I'm thankful for that. But if I could go back, I think I would redo some of that scheduling. I mean, I know I had to do that for work, but it was very time intensive. And because of that, I'm halfway towards an early education degree, but I'll never finish it. And yes, I'm saying never, because I have no desire to. I'm up in years, and I'm too old to be going and doing early education and getting down in the floor and all that kind of jazz, because early education as in pre-K, kindergarten type level, I'm too old for that. I can't do those, and I can't work full-time anyway. So yeah, I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but because no is a good sentence, and because at that time I felt like I had to do those things because my boss required it. And yes, sometimes you have to do those things, but sometimes you also have to reevaluate, which I finally did with that position, and you have to find a new path. And when I found my new path, I was very happy, and I've been there for 12 years and much happier. Sometimes you just have to move. So, no is a sentence, at least for me, and it's a sentence that has served me well. It took me to about the age of 40, maybe a little younger than that, 37, something like that, where I got to the point where I could say no, no matter who it was. And I've taught this one. So I think she already knows how to say no, right?
Yeah.
She's already showing a better ability to handle that kind of situation than I have. And each day is a struggle to face whatever comes your way, right, in life anyway, and to be able to, I'm the type of person that wants to say no but still make everybody happy. Sometimes that's not possible. And so you have to allow yourself to say it's okay to say no, and whatever reaction comes from that is not my fault because I have done what is right for me. I mean, if you are asked to attend a function and you physically don't feel like going and you say no and there's a big fallout from it, is that your fault? No. You can't control how you feel physically, right? And there's no point in forcing yourself to do something that's going to be detrimental to yourself to make everybody happy. I'm not saying anything anybody else doesn't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't feel bad about things that are beyond your control. And don't feel bad about putting yourself first. You know, the saying goes, God first, yourself, or others next, or Jesus first, others next, and then yourself for joy. But you'll find many places in the Bible where, you know, you hear about rest. God rested on the seventh day when he created the world. Elijah had to rest, right? Everybody, Moses needed help to lift his arms, right? We all need rest. And I don't believe for one second that we do ourselves any favors by constantly going. You are not the Energizer Bunny, honey. And there's no point in trying to be. So it's balance. You have to find balance. And no is a good way to find balance. Yep. So hopefully, you know, you get where I'm coming from. Every time we make a video, this one's super, super long because I got on a tangent because it's something that's near and dear to me right now in my life. And Hot Rod is throwing the camera.
Hot Rod is near and near to the camera.
Yes. Every time we make a video, I question what I say and how people will take it. I just pray that you all know that there's never a time when I ever mean anything to come out negative or ugly or mean. I talk about things that are relevant to me and our family or other people that I know and things that I hope that will, the whole point of Thankful Thursday is to bring an attitude of gratitude and to help us enjoy life more. And also hopefully along the way to help each other with things that aren't the greatest part of life sometimes. You know, finding the things to be thankful for. And one of the things you can be thankful for is the word no. It can make all the difference in your life. I'm not saying be mean and ugly. I'm saying think about the long term and about what's best for you and yours. And if you're making decisions based on what's best for you and yours and not being ugly about it, there's nothing wrong with that. I tell everybody you can get your point across and still be nice. You can say, hey, I can't do drama. My stress level's high. And I'm just not willing to be a part of this right now. Because it brings me stress and it's drama. It's okay to do that, right?
No drama llama.
No drama llama, no drama here. It's okay to say that in your personal life. If you look at life and you're like, I just can't do that right now. And hopefully people will respect you for that and understand. If they love and care for you the way they should, they'll understand and it'll be okay. And if they don't, that's not a you problem. And like I say, please don't take this the wrong way. I never encourage you to be mean or ugly. I always encourage you to be kind. But it took me almost 40 years to learn that you can be kind and you can make the decisions that are right for you. And you don't have to let other people run over top of you. You can very calmly say to somebody, You are hurting me by what you're doing. This is too much for me to handle right now. I have too much on my plate, and I'm choosing not to be a part of it. That has nothing to do with what else I was talking about, and I don't know why that came out of my mouth, but maybe somebody needed it. I hope so. Again, in kindness, you can address any issue and still stand firm on what you believe and what you need to do for you. It's okay. And it's okay to say no. Hot Rod, no.
Hot Rod, it's okay.
Now, whether or not he'll listen, probably not, because he's a dog, right? But anyway, we love you. We hope you have a great day. I hope this made some kind of sense and helped somebody and was not just it was a total ramble. And this was not planned. So it's what came out, and so hopefully it was for somebody. Don't forget to be kind, because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
Bye.
Bye.